Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of the millstone, and such for those things with sincerity and truth and with charity. Man, it's going down. There's more wars and rumors of wars with rumors of news, essentially. And we in no time, man. Soon everything gonna just start. It's gonna ramp up even more. What we got? The division amongst Americans has never been like this. Is crazy. We got the Republican Party divided against each other, according to the left and the right against each other. We got division in the left, division in the right. Alright? Motherfuckers fed up with their so-called leaders. The dollar is getting weaker by the second. Digital currency is ready. The market, so that means the market of beast is ready. The market of beast is a physical thing you're gonna put in you so you can buy and sell. Like it's plain and said. Alright? Earthquakes, uproars of the people. Surely we at the end. And then throw in these wars. You got Ukraine, Russia. You got India, Pakistan, which they're going in. Of course, Israel, Palestine, and all these countries are ready to go and be against Israel. You got Iran and Israel kind of got spicy just a month or so ago. Alright? And now we got Cambodia and Thailand. And the scriptures make it clear when our Lord comes, there's going to be violence in the earth. People want this to, and the earth is already going to be. Hey, let me grab this. This is Luke 19. Should we grab the Matthew first? Let's do it the right way. Somebody's already going here. It's Luke 12. It's going to end up being Luke 12. Let me check Luke 12 first. Luke 12:49. I knew it in the spirit raw. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? So the earth is gonna basically the earth's gonna be in turmoil when our Lord returns, man. It's gonna be violence on earth. There's gonna be wars on the earth. Alright, that's why that's one of the signs. And this is Matthew 24. And the Lord said, how he wish that the fire already be kindled when he comes, man. There's going to be violence on earth already. In fact, 2 Kings 13, the Lord's going to come interrupt these wars, man. Hey, this is Matthew 24. I went down too far. It's the 6th. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's why over the last couple of years, these different skirmishes and proxy wars and actual wars, man, because they starting to bomb each other. All right? Starting to happen, man, but that's just part of the signs. The mark of the beast still got to drop, and that's coming soon, man. But violence, these wars, is a big part of the end time prophecies because the Lord is going to interrupt these wars, man. Alright? For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And that 2 Kings 9 says, what about those earthquakes? With the uproars, surely we're almost out of here, man. This 2 Kings 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, so this, the uproars, the earthquakes are big signs that we're in the end. Now throw in the fact that more countries are going at it. Countries you wouldn't even think about it. Cambodia and Thailand dump missiles on each other. India, Pakistan. It's going to get even more. It's going to be, like we've been saying, because the prophecy said this is going to be the biggest free-for-all, the biggest Royal Rumble in history. All right? Gearing up for the greatest war of all time, which is World War III, man. The Lord is pouring that spirit of violence out there. Everybody getting in that spirit of war. All right? Hey, this Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. So the Americans versus the Americans, that's them uproars. All right? That's why you're having so many more protests over here. So many more uprisings. Seditions. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get more violent. But they don't stop there. And they should fight everyone against his brother. So, of course, American versus American. And everyone against his neighbor. City against city. And kingdom against kingdom. So it's just violence on every level. Citizen versus citizen. Nation versus nation. We're watching that spirit be poured out, man. Hey, this Sirach. $38. Maybe it's $39. Let's see. I hate this flesh. I want to just know it. That's the funny part. Once we get the new covenant, we're going to just know it. We don't have no need to teach it to each other. That's funny. Maybe we're going to still rule over the heathens. They're going to come and learn of us, but you get what I'm saying? I probably rolled past it. Nope. Sirach 39, 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, more animal attacks going to be happening. And scorpions, serpents, and the sword, straight violence, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. All right? So there's going to be a time for the Lord to release all these things. And that's what time we're in, man. Oh, that's another part in this chapter with this. Maybe it's under. Oh, yeah. Verse 32. Therefore, verse 32. Therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season, so that a man cannot say this is worse than that. For in time they shall all be well approved. And therefore praise Yahweh with the whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of Yahweh. Call on him by Shem Shai. So we can't say, oh, these times is better than the times now, because we're going through so much hell. Hey, because the Lord has a judgment for all this. Don't worry, there's a judgment for all the evil that's been put into the earth, man. We'd have to look back at the ancient world. It was so much better back then. Hey, look, the Lord is about to give us what it says. The latter shall be better than the first. Roughly paraphrasing, this state should be better than the former state. All right. So we gotta let everything play out in this time, man. Violence has been poured upon this earth for our betterment, man. All right, the Lord is judging the wicked. And this is, like it says in Isaiah 34, the controversy of Zion. This is to redeem us, man. To punish them for what they've been doing to us and still are doing. All right? And it's going to get worse, man. So this is 2nd Esdras 13. And We're going to bounce around through it, man. We're going to just read through it. We're going to bounce together, man. 13:1. It came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. All right, so remember, the word heaven, all right, which was above us, is the Hebrew word shemayim, which means pertaining to waters. So don't get tripped up when it says coming out the sea, but then it says the things that were seen under him. Then it literally mentions the thousands of heaven. All right, above us is waters. Let the waters separate the waters. Come on. And whensoever the voice ran of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And this is Revelation 12. Talks about Satan and his angels, which is Satan and his armies. All right, because angels means messenger. All right, angel means messenger. And what did the Lord call his messengers? His host, which means armies. Same thing on earth. Esau, Revelation 12 is talking about the Romans, and it calls them Satan, the old serpent. So it's talking about Esau and his armies, man. And then you go through other places, Revelation tells they're going to try to fight against the Lamb. So that's what this is. That's the war in heaven. It's them fight against our Lord. Let's go. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, a chariot. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. There you go. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. He hit him with that cannon, man. All right. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the mountain, upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right. Okay. Verse 26. The same is he whom the power, the same is whom the most high, the same is whom the power, the highest, or the highest power, because really it'll be written backwards, but the same is whom the power, the highest, hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. That just sounds so raw. Mortal Kombat type shit, right? So there's going to be wars in the earth. Just violence. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. So the wars happening with the uproars, with the earthquakes. All right? This is all end times. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending, right? And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave. Here, check it out. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. So they're going to be fighting one another. There's going to be a lot of violence in the earth when our Lord comes, man. And the numerous multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. All right? But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. That was the point. Let's hit 38. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. He gonna blast them. And he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me. So that was really the point, you know. The Lord's gonna come interrupt them while they're in the midst of fighting one another. They're gonna come to the so-called Middle East, all right, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Valley of Yahweh, which means Yahweh's judgment. For that last part of the battle, the Lord's going to blast their ass away. All right? But there's going to be just, even in America, it's going to get worse here. It said that should be, they shall invade thee with men as with caterpillars. It's going to be more violence in the world, man. This is just the trend that's happening. Violence amongst the nations. Cambodia versus Thailand. We had India and Pakistan finally getting hot. Iran and Israel finally getting hot. Russia, Ukraine still going at it. Taiwan and China ready, man. And who knows what else. This Cambodia, Thailand, what kind of came out of nowhere to me. Some experts probably seen it. I wasn't expecting that one. This is interesting. Pakistan, India, you already know they got beef, you know. But this one, I didn't know about this beef. So, hey, and it's going to be more. All right. I got to hit this 49, though. Now, when he destroys the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain. So, all this is to deliver us, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Sham, Yahweh Shah Ba'Sham Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, those great millstone. And South Asian brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom, my Bible ball.